We went to a large organic farm to see how you can farm without pesticides. What was the main reason that made you change from conventional farming to organic farming?
I was taught conventional farming, and in about 1976, I'm pretty old, I was doing an awful lot of spraying, and in those days you never ever thought, some tractors had cabs, some tractors didn't, and we never ever thought about safety equipment. And I'd be spraying away and get some spray in your hands and you wipe it on your trousers, fine. You go home, you'd have a bath, smell quite nice, and about an hour later suddenly you could smell the spray coming out your system. And I used to feel blooming ill from it, and I thought, this is never ever right. And I then started to question, why do we have to use sprays? And there were people saying, you don't. So if you're prepared to listen, you can find methods that you don't have to spray. And up here, you can hear the wind, you can see the distance. When I was conventionally farming, it was a real problem getting right spray days to spray. Because if it's too windy, the spray drifts, you're wasting your spray, it's going onto your neighbour's crop, or it's going onto a crop you don't want it, and you're not doing your job properly. So I was always under pressure. When am I going to spray? Can I spray on the right day? Organic farming, I don't have any of those worries. It's just it sounds simple, but it's lateral thinking. It's farming your way out of a problem. We had real blackgrass problems. It's a grass seed that just grows and grows and grows in the winter. And I was spraying 3 times a year for it. Twice in the autumn, once in the spring, and it was really expensive. And timing was critical. You had to get it on certain growth stages of the wheat. Was it too windy? Was the ground too waterlogged? Was it raining? You had all these pressures to get the spraying right. And I said to the boss, I said, I don't think our first crop of wheat's going to be any good whatsoever. I think we're just full of blackgrass. He said, no, that'll be all right. Just wait and see. So we ploughed up the grass, put in the first wheat. There wasn't a blade of blackgrass in it. The cycle had been broken, and it was just like a revelation. It was fantastic. Break the cycle of the weeds, and you get a clean crop. And it was just great. What I brought up here on top of the down to show you is my homegrown pesticide strip. If we have a look at this, this is really very specific, and it's a 2-metre wide band of grass. And if you look at the grass, it really tussocks. Now in the winter, what this does is harbours and overwinters beneficial insects, and they're ladybirds and the parasitic wasps. In the spring, as the crop grows, these insects from the beetle bank invade the cereal crop and they eat the aphids. And scientific work to date has shown that they invade for 200 metres. So every 400 metres across my fields, I leave a 2-metre strip, and it's called a beetle bank. And that's my homegrown pesticide strip. It's really simple, keeps the crop clean, does other things as well. It's a real nesting place for skylark and grey partridge. So it's beneficial to the environment, not just to the crop. It's got other plants in it. It's got clovers, it's got birdfoot trefoils, so it's got something that pollinates. So in the spring and summer, it's pollinating, it's attracting other insects. So the more biodiverse the type of insect you've got in there, the more chance they've got of invading the cereal crop and keeping your cereal crop clean.
With all the advantages and disadvantages that you mentioned of organic farming, do you think organic farming is the future?
I would like to think so, because the herbicides, pesticides and the fertilizers are finite products. They're oil-based. Now, oil is going to be in decline at some stage. So if we can't feed the world by a different method, we're all going to be in severe trouble. So we're always getting more yields each year. And I think in 20 years' time, what we're doing now will be totally different, but still incredibly beneficial for the environment, and we're not using these finite resources.